activist Lalit Ambardar and also political analyst Qamar Cheema, who continue to be with us on the broadcast live. Mr. Ambardar, to you first, because there are several questions that we want to ask Mr. Cheema, but India is not going to take this lying down, and India's made that very, very clear. But you know, these kind of repeated incidents that continue to come to fore, and this kind of a threatening tactic that is being resorted to time and again, what can India really do? Before I go across to Qamar Cheema.
Listen, I'm not very sure what India is going to do, how Indian state is going to react, because the history has been such, and I think the principal treachery was committed by then Nehru and Congress in 1947, when knowing well that Pakistan on 14th of August 1947 was created solely for Muslims on the basis of Jinnah's Punition theory of exclusivity and supremacy of Islam. Yet we left those poor Hindus and Sikhs who could not make it to the mainland to the mercy of Pakistani jihadists. Can you imagine 25% population in East and West Pakistan on 15th August 1947 is reduced to 16%, sometimes 10%, 12% in Bangladesh now, and 2% in Pakistan. Where did these Hindus go? They vanished into air, or Zameen Kha gayi unko. Koi puchta nahi, because it's not just merely dismantling the temples or or abducting Hindu girls there. It's genocide. On an average, every day, a Hindu girl or two Hindu girls are abducted and married off to a Muslim. You know, there is a Mia Mittu, Maulvi, who specializes in converting and Hindu girls, minor Hindu girls, into Islam and then reading nikah to them. This is what we have been watching it. We've been watching it, and finally, Nehru Liaquat Ali Pact. Nehru Liaquat Ali Pact, which was supposed to be what? You know, we only not abandon, we put the last nail into the coffin of the destiny of Hindus and Sikhs there. And it was like, you take off your minorities, you will take care of our minorities in our country. In our country, Muslims are flourishing, right? Yeah. And in Pakistan,
and that's exactly why, Mr. Ambardar, I came to you first, because, you know, all of this is going to be said by Mr. Cheema, because Pakistan, remember, has been in denial about these kind of attacks on minority communities, the persecution that continues to come to light every now and then. But Mr. Cheema, over to you. Why is this happening? We see temples being attacked on a regular basis. We see Gurudwaras coming under attack on a regular basis. How much are we to witness in Pakistan? How low is Pakistan going to stoop?
Well, obviously, we have seen certain reports where the minority communities are not being treated as per law, but the law is taking its course, one thing. But let me tell you, Pakistan's situation is not like India, where the European Parliament has to ask that 50,000 Christians have been displaced in Manipur. You are talking of a couple of families, of Hindu families in Pakistan, but you are not talking of thousands of Christians in Manipur, millions of Sikhs, millions of Muslims. So how much are you in pain?
Mr. Cheema, you're absolutely wrong in the statistics that you're pointing out. Where are you getting these numbers from? A. B, I think you need to do your homework better, sir, as far as the situation in Manipur is concerned.
What a shame for India.
Please focus on Pakistan and tell us why this is happening. Under the watch of the administration and the police there standing as mute spectators, all of this happening on their instructions.
In Paris, the European Parliament slammed India, and the Indian Foreign Office had to respond. No, there are the Christians. The
Mr. Cheema, it's very interesting that you're talking about global attention as far as the Manipur issue is concerned. Let's not forget, Mr. Ambardar, let's quickly remind him of how many countries, how many nations, how many global powers have condemned Pakistan for its nefarious activities, terror activities, persecuting minorities repeatedly. Let's remind him, Mr. Ambardar.
Yeah, listen, there are Pak apologists in European Union. There's no doubt about it. And I know there are some forces inimical to Indian interests, Indian secular interests, Hindu interests, again in the European Parliament. We don't care. Let them take care of their own issues there. France, look what they did to Paris. Islamists did to Paris overnight. Look what they are doing in Belgium. What they are doing in Switzerland. And also they let the Europeans look after Ukraine and Russian war. Let them keep off India. Manipur is India. We know how to take care of our internal affairs. We have a problem, and it's also rooted in pre-colonial British machinations in that part of our country. Don't worry, we'll take care of it.
Mr. Cheema, doing any service to Pakistan or putting across Pakistan's version by speaking over Mr. Ambardar. Stay on with us, gentlemen. I need to quickly go across to Rishabh as well, my colleague who's been tracking the latest for us. Rishabh, over to you. Take us through the details, really. Two such incidents that have come to light in a little over 24 hours.
Well, very difficult to understand what Mr. Cheema is saying because it is far from reality. The first attack happens on a 150-year-old Mari-Mata temple in Karachi. And remember, the local reports of Pakistan, the prestigious newspapers of Pakistan have reported on this, saying that the people who came to dig and demolish the temple had been given cover by the local police, which means the state is involved in these demolitions. And this was 150-year-old temple that has been demolished. And this is not the first case. And this is not the only case as well in the last 48 hours. We have seen a temple in Kashmir in Sindh province being attacked by dacoits using rocket launcher. A temple, a place of worship being attacked by rocket launcher in Pakistan. The Pakistan's Human Rights Commission has taken a note and says that they are shocked to learn what has happened in Kashmir and how this temple has been attacked by rocket launcher. Pakistan might talk about global attention and everything, but their own shop is not in order, their house is not in order, and there have been repeated attacks not only on temples but even minority mosques. People from Ahmadiyya community have been complaining that they have been targeted, they have been persecuted again and again by the majority in Pakistan. So Pakistan needs to come clear on that. When Mr. Cheema says that while Prime Minister Modi was landing in Paris, the European Union was discussing Manipur, European Union has no business to discuss Manipur. They have problem in their own backyard. They haven't discussed France, they discuss Belgium. They are unable to figure out.
India's made it very, very clear that this is India's internal matter and no foreign intervention is welcome to that effect. Mr. Cheema, I see you laughing, but would you want to comment on that? Rishabh just put out in as many words that this is a 150-year-old temple where one of the incidents have taken place. Why is it that this temple was found unfit? Why was there need to demolish this temple, sir? All of this happening under police's watch. And then the police comes to the spot as far as the rocket launcher episode is concerned to really put across a message of how law and order situation is being taken control of by the police. It's an eyewash, an absolute eyewash.
Listen, Madam, Christians, Sikhs and Muslims are being displaced in India.
Sir, can you please focus on what I'm asking you? Why was there a need to raise this 150-year-old temple? How was this dangerous? Why was it declared old and dangerous in Karachi?
When PM Modi landed in the European Parliament has shown you the mirror that why thousands of Christians are being displaced, churches being desecrated. The churches in India are being desecrated. The European Parliament is showing you the mirror and you are saying, oh, look, the temples are being burned. Yes, in Pakistan, if somebody will go for against the temples or try to desecrate.
The same Paris, the same country you're talking about, has also bestowed the top honor of the country on Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So I'm not sure if your half-cooked facts are really going to do justice to your argument, sir. I'm afraid it's not going to work with us. Stay on with us. I need to also shift our focus to a quick breaking news update coming in. Now, Seema Haider and her husband are reportedly missing. The couple are not at their residence for the last 2 days. Why? We're also speaking of this particular update, remember, is because what's happened in Pakistan is also in a way linked, given the rocket launcher attacks comes days after dacoits war retaliation against Seema Haider as well, who recently travelled to India to be with her lover. But in the meanwhile, these are the reports coming to light. Bhavna getting us more details. Let's quickly take a look at this report.
आखिर सीमा हैदर और सचिन कहां गायब हैं? 2 दिन हो चुके हैं, लेकिन उनका कोई भी अता पता नहीं है। इसी रबुपुरा गांव में वो रहते थे। अब दरवाजा नहीं खुल रहा है, लेकिन क्या वो इसी गांव में मौजूद हैं? आसपास के लोगों से पूछते हैं। सर, आप यहीं रहते हो? क्या नाम है आपका?
बबलू मीणा।
अच्छा, सचिन मीणा जी को आप जानते थे?
जी जानते हैं।
कहाँ है? कब आखिरी बार आपने देखा उनको?
आखिरी बार मैंने देखा था उनको 13 तारीख में।
13 तारीख और आज 17 तारीख है।
जी।
अच्छा, तो क्या जानकारी मिल पा रही है? घर में है, नहीं है? आप अगल बगल रहते हो?
जी पता नहीं मुझे तो, लेकिन मैंने आखिरी बार उनको 13 तारीख में ही देखा था।
अच्छा।
मैं कावड़ के लिए गया था, उसके बाद आया था। अब तब से मुझे पता नहीं है कहाँ गए हैं वो।
अच्छा, कुछ और लोग हैं, इनसे बात कर लेते। भाई आप यहीं रहते हो, आपका घर है?
नहीं, मैं तो खुद देखने आया हूँ। मैं तो मैंने ये जानकार की है।
अच्छा अच्छा, आपने देखा?
मैं तो खुद देखने आया हूँ।
सीमा हैदर को देखने आए हैं आप?
हाँ जी मैम।
अच्छा, तो आपको जानकारी नहीं?
नहीं मैम, कोई
आपने सीमा हैदर को देखा? आप इसी गांव में रहती हैं, आपका घर है, आपने क्या देखा उसको कभी?
देखा 4 दिन पहले, 5 दिन पहले टीवी में।
टीवी में देखा? आपके सामने रहती है, टीवी में देखा आपने? अच्छा, यहाँ से निकलते हुए देखा, कहीं जाते
नहीं बहन, हमका दरवाजे पे खड़े हैं, टीवी भाई देख रहे हैं, इधर से इधर गई, कहाँ गई? काम कर रहे हैं, सवेरे न्यार लेके हम न्यार काट रहे हैं।
तो देखिए, जो लोग हैं, लोगों का कहना है कि वो देखा है, आसपास के लोगों ने टीवी पे देखा है, कुछ लोगों ने कुछ दिन पहले देखा है। सीमा हैदर को कहीं देखा है?
नहीं।
सामने घर में रहते हैं आपके?
वो हमारा घर यहाँ पे नहीं है।
हाँ?
हमारा घर यहाँ पे नहीं है।
अच्छा, तो देखिए ये पूरा ये गांव है और यही सीमा हैदर का घर है, लेकिन सीमा घर के अंदर नहीं है या मौजूद है, इस बात की जानकारी किसी को भी नहीं है, क्योंकि 2 दिन हो चुके हैं, अभी तक सीमा सामने नहीं आई है। 2 दिन से कोशिश की जा रही है कि वो बाहर आए और बात करें। आप देख सकते हैं ये पूरा इलाका, कुछ लोगों ने हमें बताया कि उन्हें ये घर है सीमा का, जहां सचिन और सीमा रहते हैं। अब अंदर उनकी मौजूदगी है या नहीं है, इस बात की जानकारी किसी को भी नहीं। कुछ लोग को कहना है कि वो यहाँ से जा चुकी हैं, कुछ का कहना है कि वो अंदर ही मौजूद है, लेकिन वो किसी से बात नहीं करना चाहती।
Well, whether or not there is a direct link to what's happened in Pakistan is happening in Pakistan with regards to threats, intimidation and repeated incidents of violence to Seema Haidar going missing along with her husband. That is of course something that we're watching out for, and we're going to wait for investigations to conclude. But in the meanwhile, interestingly, Congress has also come out with a reaction. It's hit out at the central government as far as these repeated attacks on temples outside of India are concerned. Says, where is Modi ji? Why is he silent? Temples are attacked not just in Pakistan, in Canada, Australia as well. Listen in.
सिर्फ पाकिस्तान क्यों, कनाडा, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, लंदन, ब्रिटेन, सब जगह तो हिंदुस्तानियों पे अटैक हो रहा है। और किसी को फ्रेंच सर्वोच्च सम्मान से वो खुश हैं, कोई उनको बॉस कह देता है तब खुश हैं, कब कोई मित्र कह देता है। और जब वो उड़ते हैं ऑस्ट्रेलिया से तो 3-4 राज्यों के बच्चों का प्रवेश रोक दिया जाता है। यूनिवर्सिटीज कहते हैं हम तुम्हें नहीं लेंगे। कहाँ है मोदी जी? यहाँ तो आप बात करते हो धर्म के नाम पे वोट देने को, वहाँ जब धर्म खतरे में है तो आपकी जुबान से एक शब्द नहीं निकलता।
Well, thanking Mr. Lalit Ambardar and Qamar Cheema for joining us on the broadcast, also thanking Rishabh. But let's put this entire sequence in perspective. 2 incidents of temples coming under attack that have been reported from different areas in Pakistan. Let's quickly take a look.
हमारा अपील है, जखरानी कबीले वाला है, हमारा लड़की इधर से गया है, तुम्हारा पाकिस्तान से गया, इंडिया में दिल्ली में गया, ये बात समझ लो। तुमने हमारा लड़की औरत वापस नहीं किया। जिलो, जेकाबाद, कश्मीर, रतोदेरो, जहाँ जहाँ तुम्हारा हिंदू गैर मजहब हाथ आ गया उसको इज्जत प्यारा है तुम्हारा, वापस करो। औरत बच्चों समेत नहीं मौके भेज दिया। ये गोला देख रहे हो, गोला उसका बच्चा ये देख रहे हो, बलोच कौम है, जखरानी है, ये सारा